Are you tired of feeling like you're on a never-ending roller coaster with your blood sugar levels? Do you find yourself reaching for sugary snacks and then crashing soon after? You're not alone. The modern diet, filled with processed foods high in refined sugars, has created a blood sugar roller coaster for many individuals. But what exactly is the blood sugar roller coaster, and how does it affect our health? First, let's break down what happens when we consume high amounts of refined sugars. When we eat foods that are high in processed sugars, such as candy, soda, or pastries, our body quickly breaks them down into glucose, sugar, which enters our bloodstream. This rapid influx of sugar causes our blood sugar levels to spike, giving us a temporary rush of energy and feelings of alertness. However, this spike is short-lived as our body then releases insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. Insulin signals the cells in our body to absorb the excess glucose from the bloodstream and store it for later use. As a result, our blood sugar levels drop rapidly, leading to that familiar feeling of exhaustion and sluggishness. But the ride doesn't end there. As our blood sugar levels continue to drop, we may experience cravings for more sugary foods or caffeine to give us another quick boost. This repeated cycle of highs and lows can lead to overeating and unhealthy habits, not to mention the toll it takes on our body's ability to regulate blood sugar levels effectively. Eating too many overly processed foods can mess with how well your body deals with diabetes. These foods, often packed with lots of energy, what you might know as calories, also contain a lot of high glycemic index, GI, foods. Think about it as if there's a scale. For every 10% more energy you get from these heavily processed foods every day, your risk of getting type 2 diabetes shoots up by 15%. Consuming excess energy can lead to a bulging belly and more resistance to insulin. This might mean you need to take more medicine and could even increase your chances of suffering from long-term problems related to diabetes. In one study, they took 20 grown-ups and split them into two groups. One group ate a diet stuffed with 80% ultra-processed foods, while the other group stayed away from processed food. Everyone was allowed to eat as much or as little as they liked. Guess what? The folks who ate the highly processed foods ended up eating an extra 2,100 kilojoules per day. That's the same amount of energy as a typical fast food burger, and they also ate faster than the other group. The group that ate non-processed food turned out to make more of a hormone that makes them feel full. So, it looks like a diet high in ultra-processed food makes you eat more energy and messes with the hormones that tell you when you're full, compared to a diet full of unprocessed food. There's an interesting highlight from this research that we should keep in mind. Not all ultra-processed foods, or UPFs for short, are the same when it comes to increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. In fact, some UPFs are more harmful than others. At the top of the list are salty snacks, processed meats like bacon or ham, instant meals, and drinks sweetened with sugar or artificial sweeteners. On the flip side, some UPFs actually reduce the risk of getting type 2 diabetes. These include bread, cookies, breakfast cereals, desserts, and food made from plants. The most dangerous UPFs often have too much salt, fat, and sugar and may take the place of healthier foods. For example, salty snacks and processed meats often contain lots of bad fats, too much salt, and preservatives. These can cause problems in our bodies and inflammation if we overeat. Also, instant meals often have refined carbs, the not-so-good kind, lots of bad fats, too few vegetables or fruits, and low-quality ingredients. These can lead to weight gain and problems with insulin, a hormone that helps control blood sugar. Drinks sweetened with sugar aren't any better. They can cause our blood sugar to rise too quickly and usually have lots of calories but few nutrients. This can make the problem worse and increase the risk of getting type 2 diabetes. Tips for replacing ultra-processed foods. Now that you're armed with the knowledge of what to steer clear of, you might wonder, how can I effectively eliminate overly processed foods from my meals in a manner that'll last? The secret lies in making little adjustments. For instance, swap those sugar-laden goodies with wholesome fruits or nuts, or, instead of choosing a sweetened yogurt, go for the plain one and sprinkle your preferred fruits or a dash of honey for that sweet kick. These tiny modifications can make a huge difference. Get into the habit of cooking more at home. It's a fantastic method to keep overly processed foods at bay. Preparing your meals at home gives you the privilege to decide what goes in and helps you dodge foods that are jam-packed with multiple additives. Simple yet nutritious meals like stir-fry or oven-roasted veggies coupled with lean proteins are a breeze to prepare. Give your regular ready meal a miss and try a home-cooked version instead. An uncomplicated chili made with a medley of beans, diced tomatoes, bell peppers, and spices should do the trick. If the thought of cooking every meal from scratch is overwhelming, consider cooking in bulk and storing those meals in the freezer. Making larger quantities of homemade meals and freezing them in portions proves handy in resisting the lure of ready meals or takeaways, especially when time is not on your side. Lastly, aim for options that are least processed as substitutes. Replace processed, red Meats like ham with leaner, minimally processed options like chicken breasts or fish. Also, instead of reaching for packaged snacks, why not give homemade snacks like roasted chickpeas or whole grain crackers with hummus a try? It's all about finding what works best for you and gradually incorporating healthier options into your diet. With time, these small changes will add up to a significant difference in your overall health and well-being. So next time you reach for that overly processed food, think twice and opt for a healthier alternative. Your body will thank you in the long run. Furthermore, limiting processed foods can also help with managing diabetes. By reducing our intake of highly processed foods, we may experience more stable blood sugar levels and reduce the risk of developing complications related to diabetes. It's important to remember that not all processed foods are bad for us. Some minimally processed foods like frozen fruits and vegetables or canned beans can still provide essential nutrients and be a convenient option for healthy meals. The key is to choose processed foods that are free from added sugars, salts, and unhealthy fats. That's a wrap. We hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content.